TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.
Body cold,
Frosty cold,
and I'm so
bossy,
and I so
saucy,
and my clothes
cost me clothes,
light for the party. Always get it started, and I so
bossy,
and I so
sauce,
I'm independent, got my own. And I can cash up if I want to. Fuck it up. Body cold, frosty, and I'm so bossy, and I so.
Hi, welcome everyone. Talk Show Divas. We here streaming live from Douglasville, Georgia, TV 1061. I am your host, Toy, today. Y'all, we have an awesome show. We have our national best-selling author, Sean Wright, about to bless our set. We have, of course, the dopest topics for y'all today, okay? We finna dig into this Prince Harry and Meghan Markle situation. We're talking about sex trafficking, which is major in the world right now, not only Atlanta, but all over. We're going to dig into that. We are going to also give you guys updates today on what's going on as far as this war, Trump, all that. Y'all, we just got some issues, so we hope that y'all tune in. We want y'all to like. We definitely need you to share and comment. Talk to us. You know,
Right.
we want to hear what y'all got to say, what y'all think about what's going on. So please feel free to comment, share, like, do all of that. So like I mentioned, I'm your host, Toy, today. We got
Mahogany Blue, how y'all doing? What's going on? Good to see y'all
Yes.
tuning in to us, and I'm blowing it up as usual. What's going on?
and to my left, we got
Hello, you got Venus, Sassy V. I'm a pastry chef, I'm a mixologist, I'm MC, I am a makeup artist, I am a BBW plus size model, and of course, I'm a talk show diva. You can follow me at Venus Toy Box on social media, and on my Instagram is sassy_in company. And hey, happy Sunday.
yes, getting too hard, y'all.
And we got sparkling over here.
Shining, baby.
I am Sasha, the Rich Mrs. Rose Sasha Offred. I am the CEO of Rich Mrs. Actress, mogul to be done.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
And I'm actually here just enjoying this beautiful Sunday, excited to be the number one, also number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
You
8.
know, girl, you say that. Y'all can see we got the energy, y'all. We here for it today. But first, we also want to stop and we want to give a special shout out to our lovely co-host, our sister,
That's right.
our
Hello.
friend,
David.
David. We miss you here on set. We just want to send you love. God is so good.
Yes, he
We
is.
can now officially call her cancer survivor. Let's add that to the many things. So again, just a quick update. Kat is in full recovery. She is doing great.
Yes, she is.
She wants everyone to know that she is very appreciative. She loves everyone for your thoughts, your prayers, your texts, just your presence. And again, as we all know, situations happen, in personal life. And so Kat is still has her donation available for anyone to donate to her medical bills, rent, caregiving, just anything to help her situation. So I also want to put out her Cash App. If you would like to Cash App her anything, it is $Real Boss Connections. That is RealBossConnections.
That's right.
And again, if you would like a banner ad, if you want your banner ad to be displayed across the screen, we do have an awesome platform here. Please feel free to email 1061tv@gmail.com. Also, if you want the Divas to come and host That's what we do, right?
We do.
That's what we do. If you want
ready.
to come turn your event out, let us know. Again, email us at 1061tv@gmail.com.
That's right.
Also want to give a quick shout out to our executive producer, Mr. Felix Washington.
That's right,
We couldn't do
Felix.
this without you, Felix.
Yes,
Also our technical director, Marcus Givens, and our social media guru, Shantae Barksdale. We thank y'all for all that y'all do. Thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all.
Yes.
So Divas, how was y'all weekend? How was y'all weekend?
Busy.
Right. Busy, because I know
Busy.
mine was busy, honey.
Mine
God
definitely
is good.
was.
2020 is already working
Yes.
for the best. Okay.
God is good. He's good. I don't got nothing to complain about. I just felt a little overexerted because
Yes.
I did a lot of meetings.
Woo,
Lots of
that's
conference
good
calls.
overexertion.
Yes, honey.
That's
it felt
good.
so good, but I was so freaking tired.
Yes.
So I'm just thanking God for being tired.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yes, it's going to be 2020. It's going to be a whole movement. It's going to be a new wave.
Yes, y'all
So
watch
we out
for it.
here for it. You know, we out here for it. You
Yeah.
know?
Anything going on with you this weekend?
This weekend was just a lot of mixing, a lot of drinks,
Yes.
a lot of good
Awesome.
company.
drinks.
So hey, keep the orders coming. Appreciate y'all.
Yes, honey.
Sasha, what you got going on? You got anything special?
We
this
actually
weekend?
was filming at my school. We're doing a new reality show.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you know I'm at the Art Institute of Atlanta. I'm there to be a film director.
Okay.
So we've
awesome.
been
Didn't
working
know.
on that. Yeah, that's
Girl.
girl, you know we got things.
That's all the baby. That's all the baby.
Yes,
that's
yes.
all the
Y'all,
baby.
we working. But like I mentioned earlier, y'all, we got some awesome topics. We're gonna start talking about this John Legend issue. So John Legend is out here doing big things. You know, a lot of celebrities, that's what they do. You know, a lot of celebrities, they're giving back to our communities, and they are actually just as humble as we are.
Yes,
you know,
they are.
so we do appreciate the celebrities that are actually giving back, and I'm trying to help the community. John Legend in particular, he's doing something that's very interesting to me. He's actually creating job opportunities for people with criminal backgrounds. Something that I think is awesome.
Very well
Yes.
needed.
Yes. So Grammy Award-winning musician John Legend, he launched back in 2017 a 14-month accelerator program for social entrepreneurs who have been incarcerated as a partnership between the philanthropic venture fund New Profit and Legends Criminal Justice Reform Initiative Free America, with financial support from Bank of America. So in the words of John Legend, he states the collaboration started saying, let's not just tell folks to hire formerly incarcerated individuals, but to invest in their ideas. All of the members have business ideas that will help them feed their families, employ others, and strengthen communities. I couldn't agree more. Because it is a fact that 95% of people incarcerated in state prisons are released, yet more than half of them are arrested again within, 3 years, if not sooner? So, yeah, the name of the business is called Unlocked Futures.
I like that.
Yes, you know that's very
pretty
good,
cool.
and it's real. It's active right now. In order to be a part of this foundation, you must have fully operational businesses. The program helps you to figure out sustainability, growth, measurement, and expansion. And after that, the participants are awarded a $50,000 unrestricted grant to do what you need to do in order to further your business.
I love it.
So, yes, hats off to you, John Legend and company.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
How y'all feel about that, though?
I feel good
How you
about
feel
it
about that?
because, you know, so many people, when they think that that's the end of the road for them, he's actually giving it an opportunity, not just for the individuals, but for those who are operating businesses to come aboard, you know, with a legitimate business. You're going to have an opportunity. You don't have to worry about this person having a background. You know, you're just going to be, I'm sure it's programs where this person is reformed or they're ready to get out and work. So it's a win-win situation for the business owner, and it's a win-win situation for the employee, because I think anybody who is productive should be able to be put back into society and become productive again. You know, just because you made a mistake, it shouldn't be the end of the road.
Exactly.
And there's so many places that people go, the first thing they see on their application is, do you have a criminal background? And they freeze because they're feeling like, I'm not going to be able to get this job because I did time or because I have a felony or whatever on my background. So I think it's a win-win situation to turn America around, especially with a lot of our youth who's made bad mistakes, especially a lot of our black men coming out of prison. So we definitely want to see them working again.
Yes. Awesome. What y'all think about it?
You want me to?
What you think?
All right, so the most important thing I think is that John Legend is being a move forward person. He also been helping with people getting their rights to vote in Florida.
Okay.
Which a
we
lot of families
need that. Yes,
were
we
not
need that.
able to
Especially
get
this
their
year.
right to vote.
Right.
He's been helping with that as well. So I think this is one of those things where he's paying it forward, and I think it's phenomenal because some of these people are incarcerated wrong.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Some of these
and
people
stuck to live with
exactly.
it. Stuck to live with it.
And they caught up in the system because the system was set up. It's a show called 13 on Netflix.
Okay.
Y'all need to watch it. It really talks about the systematic way they've been imprisoning our young black men. So with that being the case, to have somebody actually saying, hey, I'm about to do something to assist them and to fund businesses.
Yes,
Come on
yes,
now.
honey. He ain't
This
just talking
is
about it,
definitely, exactly. I love it. I'm proud of it. And the ones that are reformed, there may still be some mistakes, but that's part of the process.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I'm excited about it.
Yes. Absolutely.
My take on it is recidivism, if you know what that is, it's very real. I worked in the justice system for 15 years. So
Okay.
hands-on, I know what he's talking about.
Okay.
Prison reform, I think that it should be more advocacy like this because once you have celebrities that come into it to show you
Put that
that
spotlight on
everybody makes mistakes.
Everybody.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I noticed my firsthand on dealing with a lot of brothers that came from the federal pen, state pen that did 15, 20 years. My guys always nobody had less than 20 years under their belt that they did straight up time.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm in a system working with these men in the jail. I was stationed in the jail, C-76 in Rikers Island. If you're from New York, you know what I'm talking about. It was real. They opened the house back up. So I'm giving seminars there. I was a city discharge planner. I went on from job developing to city discharge planner. I always wanted to give back to the formerly incarcerated men. And a lot of them are business owners. A lot of them own trucking companies, but they have no advocacy. And because they have no advocacy, this is where recidivism comes in, which means it's a revolving door. And it's a lot of their children, they've been out of their lives for all this time, so they want to do better because they went through the muscle of the prison system, and it doesn't work. The prison system does not work.
Yep, and
it
those are
doesn't work.
facts.
It's failing
That's
our
facts.
brothers. It's failing our brothers and now our sisters, because if you look at it, the stats are alarming rate. Women are now going to prison too. You know what I mean? So
More so
once the
now than
advocacy is in,
More
it's
so now than
advocacy,
ever.
then hopefully this will lead to a domino effect with other celebrities trying to stop the recidivism. You know, and I'm for it because I know I've seen grown men crying to me. Because they wanted to feed their family, but they had no advocacy. They had dreams of opening businesses and everything. I know now formerly incarcerated men that are really on the real are hedge fund owners.
And if you think
Because
about it,
they really, persevered.
yeah, and if you think about it, no matter the amount of time that you spend behind prison walls or whatever, they have a lot of time to think. And like you said, people have made mistakes. Some of them have made mistakes that weren't even theirs. Some situations are different, but regardless of the fact, you have enough time to sit there and think, build your brand up. So by the time you get out, the whole point is to be reformed, right? That's the whole point.
Yes, and
You
you want
need to be
somebody
reformed.
like this,
And when
you
you
want,
get out-
when you want somebody to come back and get you,
Yeah.
when you're in this situation. I have a lot of family members. I done stuff in my life. My whole
Everybody
situation will be told soon. However, at the end of the day, what's real is real. You have to beat the odds. But if you have no advocacy again, you
It
don't.
makes it
It's
harder.
easier to do wrong than right when you're in that type of
Exactly.
you
In
know
that type of
lifestyle.
lifestyle.
You know what I mean? So people will do anything at this point to feed their children, especially a man that got 20 years under his belt, 15 years under his belt, 10 years. 5 years ago, things changed. I know men that when they went in, it wasn't even really no cell phones like that.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying? It's real talk.
serious.
It may be funny,
that's
but
true.
it's real
That's
talk.
true.
So they have to be
That's
learned
true.
all of
Yeah,
this.
you're saying.
I had people in New York coming to me like, yo, I ain't even know nothing about no Metro card. Back in the days, it was tokens.
That was it.
You know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden it's Metro cards. What's this? It's like a credit card you swipe like the MARTA card to get on the bus. This was new to them because they did so much time. So they have to redevelop themselves, and it's hard. And I just thank God for it, and I just pray that it's a domino effect because this is well needed. Now this is good news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
This
It
is
is
awesome
good
news.
news. That's why
You know,
I said
I'm
we
for
want to
it.
start off with that.
Yes,
Yep.
I'm for it.
So like Mahogany was saying, with the inability to secure employment, many formerly incarcerated people, they turn to entrepreneurship.
Yes, they do.
Exactly.
But they lack the business skill, the social networks, and the finances to actually launch a successful company.
Exactly.
And
Gotcha.
boom, that's where Unlocked Fortunes come in.
And it's a
You
blessing.
know? Yep. And so I know, I just
That's even a great name.
I love it.
isn't it good? I love it.
It's gonna make you want to. It's gonna make you want to try to help
Yeah.
with the name.
And
It's like,
I
maybe could be a
hope
part of
that
this.
a lot of more local companies or businesses catch on to it.
Yeah. I believe so.
Yes, because it's good. It's good because it is a fact. The U.S. is home to about 5 million formerly incarcerated people who face severe obstacles when trying to find a job after their release. And then those returning citizens are unemployed at a rate of more than 27%, nearly 7 times greater than the unemployment rate for the general U.S. population.
And then what the stats was saying the other day when I was watching CNN, it says that this in 2020, because the year just started, this is the lowest they've ever seen crime.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Lowest?
Yes.
Okay.
The lowest rate that they've ever seen for crime. There's things that's happening. We see that on the news.
Right.
But however, how it was before, it is actually not. It's plummeted. You know what I mean? Which is a blessing. So something is being worked. Something is clicking in people's heads where they're knowing this is not my life. This is not what I want to do. This is not what I want to show my children.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I'm just for it. I'm for it.
And everybody needs second chances. Everybody needs second chances. Some people are, depending on the environment that you was raised in, sometimes you're just unfortunate. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I don't condone any type of crime that'll put you away like that, but things happen. And, you just need a second chance. And, when you get out and there's opportunities such as this, take full advantage of it, So
the other thing that I noticed too is that a lot of people don't realize is probation sets you up as well.
Of course.
So they have to make sure the ones that get out of jail when they're on probation, sometimes they'll pay off all the fines.
Right.
But then you still are on probation for however the term is. And if you get in trouble during that time, you repeat. All of this is part of the reform. They gotta know. Listen, don't get in no more trouble. Don't think because you out of jail and on probation, you good. You still gotta fly the right way. So the fact that he has that program also assists in the movement.
I noticed that in the South, in New York, there is tons of programs for formerly incarcerated men as well as women.
Okay.
I worked in Fortune Society for almost 15 years in New York City. And that is a company that solely deals with formerly incarcerated individuals, youth at risk and things like that, and people that are living with the HIV and AIDS virus.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So a lot of people unfortunately got infected while being in prison because, things happen. But at the end of the day, that's a whole nother topic, but we're going to keep it on the recidivism in prison term. I think that it's good because this gives these men something to look forward to.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's very, very hard. And what you need to do is bring the laws down here to the South. Because they have no advocacy for men that were formerly incarcerated. So we're hoping it's a domino effect.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So John Legend, we appreciate you, and we encourage it's a great business startup idea. We encourage anyone to jump on a train. Give everyone a second chance. So with that, y'all, we're gonna go to a commercial real quick. We're gonna pay a couple bills real quick.
Okay.
Y'all stay with us. Thank you for tuning in. We're gonna get some shout outs when we get back.
Make sure y'all share.
Hi, I'm Harry Lennox, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network.
Hi, this is Bill Duke, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network.
Body cold,
Frosty cold,
and I'm so
bossy,
and I so
saucy,
and my clothes
cost me clothes,
light for the party. Always get it started, and I so
bossy,
and I so
sauce,
I'm independent, got my own. And I can cash up if I want to. Fuck it up, body cold, frosty, and I'm so bossy, and I so saucy.
Hello. We are back. Talk Show Divas. Thank you all for watching. Y'all could be doing anything right now, but y'all tuning in to Talk Show Divas, and we appreciate you. We love you. So, as I mentioned earlier, I'm your host, Toy. We got the beautiful mahogany blue. We got Venus Toy Box over here, and we got Sasha, the diva.
Not the diva, that's Beyonce.
Just Sasha.
Okay, just Sasha.
I can hold it down with just that. That's
okay. So we're gonna give y'all a couple updates on this war. On the war. Can we call it a war as of right now?
I guess it's still
not really.
Something going on.
We just being prepared.
We calling it a situation that's going on, baby.
So as we discussed last week, and we will continue to report weekly, as new events unfold. So tensions escalated after Trump ordered a precision strike that killed Iranian commander, I hope I'm not saying it wrong, Qasem Soleimani.
Yes, that's how you say it.
According to
I messed it up last week.
Yes, according to Trump, Soleimani was plotting imminent and sinister attacks on Americans, and his killing was an action to stop war. So much has happened since last week. One thing notably that happened on Saturday, Tehran admitted that it mistakenly shot down a Ukrainian passenger jet, killing 176 innocent people.
Lord Jesus.
Yes, the government blamed this mistake on human error and U.S. adventurism. The Ukraine International Airlines Flight 752 crashed on Wednesday. The crash came hours after Iran fired missiles at Iraqi military bases housing U.S. troops in retaliation to the drone strike ordered by President Trump that killed Iranian commander Qasem Soleimani. The nation's armed forces claimed that it targeted the plane on accident because the plane flew too close to a radar, and they were in fear. They feared that it was possibly a U.S. attack. So they mistook the innocent airplane as an attack on them. The aircraft came close to a sensitive IRGC military center at an altitude and flight condition that looked like possible hostile targeting. So with that, they thought the aircraft was a danger, and they unintentionally shot it down, killing 176 innocent people. So I don't know if y'all saw the pictures, but it was horrible.
It was horrible.
It was horrible. It was horrible.
I did.
So it ain't, in my opinion, it ain't getting no better. It ain't getting no better. Like, what y'all think? What you got?
Well, they don't know how to use their own weapons of mass destruction because they are shooting down their own planes in their own country. So the thing about what got me is they wasn't going to admit that they did it. That was the catch-22 on it. And then they both had to be honest about Iran's responsibility for the disaster. So it says the president, Hassan Rouhani, Iran said they had not learned the true cause until an internal military investigation. So they had to do their own investigation, which they knew they shot the missiles, but they had to see were they the reason why it happened. They never did turn off the black box. They still had the black box. So they never did turn on the plane's black box. So that investigation was completed on Friday, last Friday, and they were saying that the commander-in-chief said the whole situation was not known at the time, but we do have proof to know that they did finally admit fault. That they were, they said it was a missile strike, and the wreckage of the crash, which, like she said, killed 176 people. So we're just waiting to see, like, what's next.
What's next? Yeah.
What's next? So
look, it's a whole lot involved with this. You know what I mean? And it's just scarier and scarier as the days go on. Now, like she said, they actually brought havoc to their own country.
To their own.
You know what I mean? They actually did. And they're actually at this point stating, quote unquote, they're not trying to actually kill any Americans because of what transpired with how Trump had with the drone. You know what I mean? They didn't like the way he handled it. And I seen a gentleman crying on the news.
It broke
my heart. He was like, we're not terrorists, but we sorry, but we just don't like your president. And it just broke my heart because they really, honestly, I don't really believe that these people really want war with us.
No.
You know what I mean? I really don't believe, but because we have a dictator in office, it's going to be a whole lot of red tape.
I feel like we bullying. Like, do you feel
It
we
is.
bullying?
It
I feel
is.
like
It's
we're
like,
bullying.
it's like he's looking to, you know, I mean, with the impeachment, you know, that takes time. So, you know, we had a couple other presidents that was impeached, but it's a protocol to that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You know, we have to go by the office and what they're going to do, et cetera, et cetera. But however, this guy is puppeteering everyone.
Well, listen,
you know?
I don't know if y'all remember this, and I'll put it on my Instagram page if you need me to.
Okay.
But before Trump became president, when Obama was president, he was like, I think he's going to bomb Iran and cause a war in Iran. He was talking about Obama.
I
He
said
was
that last week.
He said, I think, I mean, literally,
Yeah, you
I said
Trump
that last
said
week.
that. Trump said this about Obama, and he did
He did it.
exactly
I know, I see
what
it. That's,
he said
that's
Obama was
correct.
gonna
He
do.
said exactly
And
that.
it don't make sense because it's like if you really sit up here saying this about Obama over a year ago, when, well, 2 years ago when you was president, trying to be president, and then when you get impeached,
You
that's
actually
the
do it.
immediate thing that you do. Come on now, y'all.
Because you had no defense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You
Gotta
had no
have a
defense. You had no defense, so you wanted to throw a president that's been out of term for almost 4 years now. That's how long you've been in the office, 4 years, correct?
Yep. Yes,
So
ma'am.
now you're trying to throw him in it because you know he was very relevant. And still is.
Hello.
Still is.
Still
And
is.
he's not thinking about you, but don't get it twisted that he is very, very up in arms of what happened and what you allowed to happen. Everything you called on him, you actually did it, and you made it actually worse. You know what I mean? They have troops by the boatloads that are going over to Iran right now as we speak,
And
being
he-
flown out
yes.
every day.
He putting
for
people,
this war.
babies on the front line.
That
you know,
will
just-
happen. And we just don't know when, like I said, the time and the hour, we don't know when it's going to happen, but we know that something is brewing. Because any 2 times it's a calm like this, it's always a disaster behind it. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to be mindful and keep watching.
Yep.
Because we're going to keep bringing it, but we got to all
Absolutely.
keep watching, you know?
Yep, Trump, he tweeted also last week, we are not looking to start a war with Iran, but we are prepared to finish one.
Yeah.
So
No, he didn't.
yes, he did. He tweeted that. Yes, he did. Word for word, honey. Yes, he did. We are not looking to start a war with Iran, but we are prepared to finish one. That's
And
from
then,
the
you
words
know,
of our
he
president.
just now acknowledged that he didn't tell the Congress about it, and now he's in compliance. But then the first thing he talked about was, well, remember when President Obama did this? And why do you keep going on what somebody else did? Let's talk about what you're doing.
Because he's
that is
intimidating.
not in alignment. It's like, this man is, and I also don't fault him. I fought the people that put him in office. I fought the people that keep saying, because if you look every time on Fox News, things that they said Obama was wrong for, they're saying that Trump is a genius for. It's like y'all got a blind way of following this person when y'all see this man is out of order. And that doesn't work. And, you know, it's like we got
Absolutely.
to all step up to the plate and start holding people accountable. But even that, come on, y'all. Don't nobody want that. The Iran people don't want it, and neither do we.
Prime example of money talk and BS walk, we see what it is. He's puppeteering everybody because he got them checks. You know what I'm saying? So I believe if he has to use his own money, he will do so and probably have done so. You know what I mean? So just be mindful because like we were speaking about it last week and we had to revisit this week because this is a very hot topic.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
A lot of people will be affected by this. A lot of people are hard-working
coming.
taxpayers. They are
coming.
looking very, very forward to their tax return. You may not actually get it, or it may be extremely
severely delayed, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I know because I
Yes.
own a small tax company. So I already know my clients are calling me. They want to know what's going on. I already know I'm getting all this kickback. Like, what's going on with the war? And I have people that are just really, really, really nervous. We don't actually have a war, but we are in the red zone. You know what I
That's
mean?
it. I like that. Yes.
We are in the red
Yes.
zone.
Yes,
We're in the
we
red
are.
zone.
I agree
So
with
we
that.
have to actually be
I
very,
agree with
very
that.
mindful and just keep our eyes open. You know what I mean? Because any information that we learn about, we're going to convey it to you. That's just a fact. You know, so that's where I'm at with that.
So I
you know?
asked a question, is the crisis between Iran and the U.S. over?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't believe it is.
Okay, because a talk between Iran and the U.S. has not happened yet, as far as like a peace talk. Yeah.
Because
has
it's
not
just
happened yet.
this situation just transpired.
Right.
Yeah.
It is sometimes with things like they say, sometimes you got to say less because they don't really. They're probably figuring out which way could we attack this guy verbally, have a conversation with him, because how everything was done all wrong. You know what I mean? So how do we talk to a dictator like that when they are also dictators? So how could you get two people are like that are enemies on a common ground?
Yeah.
They're trying to figure it out. So that's why it takes a whole
And
party
it's hard,
for that.
yeah.
You know, it's very hard. So it's not something that you can come with overnight. Like, oh, we're going to just have a discussion. No, it might take weeks to months. We don't know.
But I feel like Trump is not making it easier. You know what I'm saying?
He's not.
Because like he's on the defense, which I mean, he got a whole country to look out for. I'm gonna give him that. You know, so
That's
he
right.
has a whole the whole U.S. to worry about to make sure that we're protected. So I feel like he's on the defense. You know, he's gonna
Yes.
but he got our soldiers out there. You know, we. Girl, it's a lot.
It's sad. It's a
lot.
sticky
And
situation.
It's scary. I think that's what I'm looking for. It's so
Either way
scary
it
because
go,
you
I
don't
just
know.
don't think it's not going to end well.
Yeah,
It's not going to end well.
But as of late, President Trump has announced a new raft of sanctions that he is putting in place against Iran. Trump says the U.S. will immediately impose additional punishing economic sanctions on Iran. These powerful sanctions will remain until Iran changes its behavior. Now, you see how he act? Until
Yep.
Iran changes his
Their
behavior, we're going to implement these sanctions, these economic sanctions, making it very hard for life for them over there.
Wow.
In recent months, Iran had, and this is per Trump, in recent months, Iran has seized ships in international waters, fired an unprovoked strike on Saudi Arabia, and shot down 2 American drones. So this is all, things that he is saying, this is what y'all are doing, and this is why we're reacting the way that we are.
It's sad.
So,
Put it like this: he's not going to stop until he get a war. That's what he's going to do. Until he gets what he wants.
Don't get impeached.
Yeah.
So that he
because
can
right
get
now,
He can drag it out, but he can drag it out. He's not getting reelected, first of all. He's not gonna get
we ain't got to worry about that. We
He's
ain't
not
gotta worry
definitely
about
not
that.
getting reelected.
We still need y'all to vote, but we ain't
We
worried
ain't gotta
about
vote.
the
Don't get that twisted. Right now, more
Yes.
than ever,
Yes,
there are
period.
people, believe it or not, that has never voted.
Yeah.
You know
Oh,
what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, they
That
are.
does not have a conviction or anything like that. So we do need
There
you
are.
to vote. Even for your local councilmen and things like that. These are voices that we need to be heard. You know what I mean? We think that the presidential debate or voting is very important. It is. But we also need to look at our governors and everything like that and have these people be accountable for what
you
they're
need
doing.
to know
Because
who-
that's a pipeline, that's a domino effect.
Exactly.
You need to
All
know
of that.
who's representing your district.
Exactly.
Whatever
That is very
district you
imperative.
live in, you need to know who's representing your
Exactly.
district.
'Cause that affects you
Because
first.
That affects you first.
Yes, it does.
Then it goes on with the
Yes, it
Congress.
trickles
and
down.
then
That's
it
a
trickles
domino
all the
effect.
way down. But if you ain't voting the small votes for your district,
That's right.
you don't know who's representing the area that you live in.
That's right.
Who's representing what's going on with the schools for your kids,
Yep.
with the road work for your community. You need to start voting. You need to be an active voter. If you haven't voted in some years, you need to go see if your voter registration is still valid. Because did y'all hear how many thousands of people Georgia removed from the voters registration because they were inactive voters? So you
Wow.
definitely need to
That's
go see, or
crazy.
can you vote?
Yeah.
Listen,
that's
let me tell
crazy.
you something that I don't know if y'all ever took notice to, and this is a fact. Now, you know how urban communities are, right?
Yep.
Let me give you some skinny on this. You see how it's potholes?
Yes.
Your car's all broke up. You didn't
Yeah.
see the hole, whatever. Those are people that normally do not vote.
Okay.
There's no voices over there. There's voices, but they're not speaking. Now, you go to certain areas, it has nothing to do with because it's an urban area. These are people that are not voting. They feel like, oh, if it's somebody that they don't like in office or they don't know about them or educating themselves to know about them, they won't vote. So they're not going to upbuild the community. You feel what I'm saying? So it's a domino effect. All of this stuff really, really does matter, guys. It really, really does matter. And we have to vote. We have to vote. It doesn't even matter to your Congress, to the mayor. We have to go out and vote.
The crazy thing is, even if you don't vote, you are voting. You know, if you don't vote, then however it turns out, that's what you voted for.
That's right.
That's what you voted for. So, you know, it makes no sense. You know, if you have the opportunity, because people say, oh, it's just little on me, I'm just one person. That's all it takes to make that final decision between opponent A or opponent B.
Correct.
You know, so everybody's important. You know, every single person. It takes a minute to get registered.
That's it.
You know, take a little time out, less than an hour to go on and vote.
When you go renew your license, make sure your registration is good.
Yeah.
When you go change your address, make sure your registration is still good. Contrary to your belief, every vote counts.
Every vote.
Every vote counts. It determines that decision in the end. So when people say, oh, well, one vote ain't going to make a difference, don't vote and see what happens.
That's right.
See what happens.
We already see what happened.
We got Trump. Exactly. So for those that did not vote, yes, you did. You voted for Trump.
And it's never, at this point, being that the Lord has given us breath in our lungs and our bodies, it's never too late. You don't have to convey to anybody. I vote all the time. You know what I mean? But that's just me. I'm one voice, but I'm a voice of many. Because as I'm online, I see a lot of people that are voting, young and old and everything like that, and encourage the young people to vote. Because their voices matter.
It's just, I think we've gotten away from, as a person, to know how strong it is if we really vote.
Yes.
You know,
And
it
you-
makes a difference.
You also got to think about all the people that died, all the people that went through all that.
Oh,
all
yeah,
for us to
honey.
have a
That's-
right to
that's
vote.
an important
you
part.
have to appreciate that.
Yes, yes.
Period. As African Americans, we know how important that is to our community.
That's correct.
Well, viewers, we're gonna take another short break. Let us know how y'all feel. How y'all feel about this upcoming war, or ongoing war, should I say? We'll be right back. Talk Show Divas.
So many Black lives incarcerated. So many Black lives silenced. When will we stop the madness?
Hi, I'm Chief Gary Sparks with the Douglasville Police Department. Today we want to give you some safety tips concerning traffic stops. Take a look.
So you look in your rearview mirror and see flashing blue lights. What do? Remain calm. Yield to the right and pull your vehicle over into an off-road area that is safe for both you and the officer. Put your car in park. Remove your foot from the brake and turn the radio off. Remain in your vehicle. Have your driver's license readily available for the officer. Keep your hands on the steering wheel, visible for the officer at all times. If you need to retrieve any items from the interior, explain what you're reaching for to the officer and avoid any sudden movements. Rolling the window down completely establishes a level of trust with the officer and allows for ease of interaction during the routine traffic stop. Be courteous and polite. Be cooperative and willing to follow the officer's instructions. During a routine traffic stop, the officer will return to his vehicle to run the tag and driver's license verification and complete a citation if one is necessary. Once the officer returns and approaches your vehicle, whether or not a citation or warning is issued, please remain calm, courteous, and cooperative. Sign the citation acknowledging you agree to appear in court, and do not dispute the citation with the officer. The officer will give you a court date to explain or defend your infraction.
Okay, ma'am. Like I told you, I did clock you at 51 in a 35 mile per hour speed zone. I did issue a citation, okay? This here is going to be your court date. I just need a signature from you stating that you received a copy of this citation, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Here's your driver license.
Thank you.
Along with a copy of the citation, okay? Do you have any questions or concerns for me?
No, sir.
Okay, well, you have a nice day, okay?
Thank you.
Thank
too.
you.
Following these few simple steps will help ensure a safe interaction for both you and the officer.
I hope these few tips help you as it relates to dealing with law enforcement and traffic stops. Not only in traffic stops, but in all encounters with law enforcement. We hope that all our encounters are safe for the citizens as well as for our officers. Again, we want you to be safe, and if you have any problems with the Douglasville Police Department, don't hesitate to give us a call and make your concerns known. I would add that Georgia is a right to carry state, and we hope that if you are carrying, that on these traffic stops and all encounters, please let the officer know that you are carrying. This will ensure your safety and our officers' safety. Thank you. May God bless you. And may God keep our community safe. We are one.
Body cold, frosty cold, and I'm so bossy, and I so saucy, and my clothes cost me light for the party. Always get it started, and I so bossy, and I so I'm independent, got my own. I could cash up if I want to. Body cold, frosty, and I'm so bossy, and I so.
Hello. Welcome back, everyone. Talk Show Divas. Thank you for tuning in with us on this lovely Sunday. We are streaming live from Douglasville, Georgia, TV 1061, where we have our executive producer, Felix Washington, as well as our technical director, Marcus Gibbons, and our social media guru, Shantae Barksdale. So we want to start off, we want to give a couple shout outs because we see y'all out there. We see y'all. We appreciate each and every one of you. Who we got watching or commenting? Who want to go?
We got Baina Sims. We got Miracle Scott. We got Nellie Robinson. Shout out. We got Tiffany Johnson.
Hey,
We got Katina Bell. We got Miss Susan Margaret from Toronto, Canada.
Okay. Hello.
We got Adrian Baker from Mobile, Alabama. She's watching. We got Jalecia Golden. She's watching. Just want to say thank you guys for watching. Make sure you hit that share button, make it public so we can share.
Yes. Thank you.
We got Maria Scott. We got Nellie Robinson. We got Shamar Baker. That's my son/nephew.
Okay.
And then several others. Thank y'all so much for watching.
Absolutely. Mahogany, who you got?
We got LaVarsha McCullen.
Hey,
That's the
girl.
Empress.
Hey, girl.
Let me come bring us some of that food, boo.
Yes.
We got Jessie Morano. That's my sis. We got Deborah Laria. We got Khadidra Beverly. We got Keith. And we got Mahogany Blue.
You're so silly.
Dropped.
Yes,
That's all right. Pick it up.
All right. Well, again, we appreciate each and every one of you all for watching, for liking, for sharing, and of course for commenting. So right now, real quick, we want to acknowledge the Douglasville, Georgia Police Department, where our own Felix, he's a mentor to the department in a organization called Youth Against Violence. So we would definitely want to encourage you all to, if you are pulled over by the police or if an officer is behind you with their lights on, we encourage you to please stop and comply. Comply meaning that, first of all, stop. Okay? First of all, stop. Let's start there. Right. I don't know about y'all, but as of late, now that I'm thinking about it, I have seen a lot of, high-speed chases. And ultimately people can get killed. Very, very dangerous. Not to just those fleeing, but to those around you.
Around them, yeah,
absolutely.
It's dangerous.
Yes. So,
dangerous.
So first I encourage you to please stop. Pull over, to where a safe, well-lit area, and then comply. Have your license or registration, whatever. I haven't been pulled over in a minute, so I don't know what that protocol is.
Your
but,
license,
registration.
That's it.
Things like that. Yeah.
Keep your hand on
there you go.
the steering wheel.
There you
Don't
go.
make no sudden moves. Just stay in alignment. If you feel you're not safe, maybe put your phone on, make just have it so they can watch. You know what I'm saying? But definitely do what they say, y'all, so we won't have nobody getting hurt.
Absolutely. So yeah, we just wanted to put that gem out there to each and every one, and not only from Douglasville, but from all counties. It happens everywhere. So we just encourage you to please stop and comply. Pass it on to your children. We have a lot of young drivers out there, a lot of, hot heads, things of that nature. But make sure that if you have young drivers, to also pass this education on to them because we want them safe as well.
That's correct.
Okay. But we're going to dig into one of my favorite topics, the royal family. Woo! I absolutely love Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. This is one of my favorite couples, and I love what they're doing. I love their boldness. I love them. I love everything about them. So the juice on them. So the Duke, Prince Harry, and the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle, they dropped a bombshell after announcing that they would be stepping down from their roles as senior members of the royal family. And Meghan has already returned to Canada, where her mother is. by the way. The British royal family, Queen Elizabeth II, Prince Charles, Prince William, and Prince Harry will attend a meeting to discuss the future of the Duke and the Duchess. There is a genuine agreement and understanding that any decision will take time to implement because any change, in the working life and role of a royal requires complex and thoughtful discussion. The couple announced that they will step back from their royal duties, they will seek financial independence, and split their time between Britain and North America. And all of this is against the Queen's wishes.
Okay. She don't like to be riled up.
Okay.
Yes. So I don't know where to even begin,
Let me
honey.
tell you what I love about Prince Harry. Well, when he noticed that the media and everybody was treating Meghan like they treated his mom.
That's correct.
That's what made him say that.
You
know what I'm saying? Because he was basically like, look, y'all treating her like y'all treat my mom, and my mom got killed. My mom is gone. I'm not finna lose my wife, the mother of my child, over this. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that right there showed that she had a man that had her back.
Oh, honey.
You see what I'm saying?
They are.
And that's what I really appreciated about it.
They are so
And
well
they still
matched.
talking about helping the community. So it's not like they saying we're going to build on our own and not assist in our, in the community. They still wanting to help the community, but they're doing what's best for their lives.
Family, their immediate.
I thought that was phenomenal.
Yes, and I don't think they're putting the fact that they're a royal family first. A lot of the other siblings and all that. They stick to the traditions, the royal traditions. There's nothing wrong with that, there's nothing wrong with that. We have traditions out there, they are that. But to me, Harry, he's always been a rebel. Before he even met Meghan, he has always kind of like bucked the,
he married a black woman.
He's always kind of like bucked, but he, like you said, he was so much like his mother. His mother, she respected the things that, went on under the royal umbrella, but she still had her independence, her internal independence. She still wants to raise her children the way she wanted her children to be raised. Not according to, the queen said, I got to do this, so it's done. No, ma'am, So to a degree, she raise her children in her light, and so I feel like that's how Harry, he was very close to his mother, and I feel that is how he is, bringing up his child, little Archie, and dealing with his wife. What you think?
As for money, I just want y'all to know, Prince Harry and them ain't hurting, okay? Okay. Let me get this straight.
Yes, at all.
Prince Harry served as the British Army for 10 years.
Yes,
so
he
it's
did.
not like he have not been stepping up to the plate.
Yep.
He has definitely did his country some justice. He served for 10 years in the Army and the Air Corps.
So he got that money.
And he was a helicopter pilot. So he did, yes, he was. And he did get that money. So he also received around $50,000 a year when he did that job. So he got money in the bank. And as so for his inheritance after taxes from his mom, he received $10 million. So beforehand, he was good. So he know with him stepping away, him and Meghan stepping away from these duties, of course they cannot get any monies from the government,
right?
Because they're not doing that. But you have to remember that she was a model before this.
And an actress.
And an actress. So when you have already have been dependent, and I think it's not so much just the money thing. They want to live a normal life to a certain extent. They don't want as much limelight and publicity. And when you're in the royal family, it's kind of hard to, shy away from that. So I think, Prince Harry is doing the best thing for his family. He's doing the best thing for his wife because she wants to get back to somewhat of a normal state of living with her child. So, Meghan Markle, she has, she's a new working modeling. She's back in modeling now. She's carrying on her duties, you know what I'm saying, for the queen, also having future financial autonomy to work external. So she's going to still be working. She's going to be working inside the Duchess.
Yeah, exactly.
So we still going to be working. They still doing good. The royal family's doing good. So, we're going to wish Prince Harry and we're going to wish Meghan the best.
Yes.
The queen, honey.
Of course.
The queen is very opinionated.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She doesn't like anything running through her without order.
And that's the
or
thing.
what she feels is order.
And that's the thing. When this announcement was made, they did not consult her. This was something that went through her. This came when the world heard it, she heard it.
That's what the thing that, I'm not going to lie, that's the only thing that kind of concerned me. You know what I mean? Because for you to make a dramatic exit like that, right?
Right.
it had to be something brewing already.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
It had to be some politics
That's
behind
a great
that.
thought. Yep.
You know
That's
what
a
I
great
mean?
thought,
Because
son.
nobody just, regardless of the fact, you want some normalcy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we understand that. Because you could see out of the kids, he was always very different from his brother.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
very.
The thing I respect about him is that he is an everyday person. He didn't want people to look at him as royalty, even though we did. You know what I mean? He likes.
He did a
If
lot
you
of
can
regular
recall them
things.
as children,
Yes.
you see how their mother used to take them to the zoo and different things in Australia,
Let 'em live
going
a
out to
normal
different
life.
zoos.
Yeah.
They would have little shorts on, little denim shorts, little t-shirts, little sneakers, so they can run around and be kids. With their dad, it was always suited and booted, just to go to pet the animals in the zoo.
Yep.
Kids, you
Yep.
want your kid. Listen, I've been royal in my own mind. I ain't never, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never been, you know what I'm saying? But no, Queen, if you want to bite mahogany blue, okay, so we don't come, honey. But at the end of the day, I don't want no crumpets and tea. But I respect the fact that they own their own.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
They do. They
and
do.
you know they took their wax statues down, right?
Oh, no, they
honey,
did.
they took it down. That's how you know it's a throne of paradise, baby.
Oh,
She
wow.
was like it. They took it down, baby. They was like, oh, no. And you already know she looked like us. So, you know,
Yeah,
they was like,
exactly.
get that nappy head statue out of here.
Yeah.
We didn't want it up here anyway.
Oh, the shirt.
But you know the shade of it all. They took it down, honey. They took it down.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I really commend them. They're going to
do
be
too.
still good. Like Venus said, they still got coins. What I like about her is that she is already came in. She never knew royalty, like in her own world like me. But however, she was always an independent woman.
Yep. And
So
it
he
shows.
didn't
It
marry a
shows.
woman. And she's very beautiful.
Very beautiful.
He didn't marry a woman that had to be codependent on him.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? She knew her own way of getting money, and she hustled. Come on, what's that? Deal or No Deal? You know, she was one of the girls
Yeah.
from Deal or No Deal. You know what I mean? That's my show.
She was
but
very
at the end of the day,
independent.
she was very independent. She comes from a very good family. You know what I mean? So maybe she wasn't royalty, but neither was what's her name, Kate.
Yeah, exactly.
Neither was she.
But she conformed. She conformed, and
She
Megan
conformed
stayed with it.
But I feel
Megan
like
ain't with
he's
it.
looking at her, like you said, more in the image of his mom.
Yes.
Because his mom, every man wants to marry a woman like more like their mom. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep.
You know, because especially if she was a good woman. If she wasn't, then, you know, they want to marry somebody like their grandmother. I don't know. That ain't my story. But at the end of the day, y'all get what I'm saying. I really love it. I love the story. I love the topic. I think it's really beautiful. And we're going to watch this unfold because they are going to have a good life together.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And sometimes it takes moving away from the grain. That's a lot.
And it does.
That's a lot.
Separation. Elevation.
Yes.
Hey, I like that.
And now he's got to be a cup of tea. Of course, I still believe he's going to have security, but it might not be like it was before.
Exactly.
But as you see, he was in that. Honey, I thought he was going to marry Mfufu. I knew she was going to be black anyway. You ain't see him in. Because you ain't see him in Africa twerking.
That's why you said,
Girl, he
That's how he was going to be out there.
He had a
was going to
good
be out
time.
there. He was going to marry a sister anyway, but it ain't about the race. It's about who you are.
And who makes
You know what I'm saying? Who makes you happy? So at the end of the day, guys, go ahead, be happy, live your life.
Yep.
You only have one.
Exactly.
So you got to do what makes you happy.
And live it, yeah.
And so everybody ain't going to like what you do now.
Yeah. So the
You know,
Duchess can
so-
put the coins in the bank for the grandkids and
That's
the
right.
great-grands.
That's it.
Because right now, Harry and Meghan say they going to get their own money, all
That's
right?
right, honey, and let them live.
And so,
moving
and so,
forward.
how y'all feel? Because a lot of people are media-wise, you know, over there and some over here. They're everyone's blaming Meghan. Everyone's saying that Meghan is kind of like the puppeteer behind,
she's
you know, Harry making this decision. She's the one that's influenced him to, you know, break away from the royal family. It's Meghan. How y'all
They
feel about
doing
that?
the same thing that he said. I mean, that's the natural flow. We just said that they've been making her bad, treating
Yep.
her mean, and doing that. That's probably why he's doing it. I mean, if you think about it, he spoke up. Meghan didn't tell him to speak up for his wife. He
Exactly.
spoke up for his wife.
Yep.
This man been knowing, he been living his whole life in this castle. So if he chose
He
to
know
walk
what
away,
time
he
it
knew
is.
what he was doing.
She
And,
probably got
you know,
mad anyway when she came in that day and smelled that fried chicken and that baked macaroni and cheese.
Well,
She probably was like, she got
Meghan
her to
don't
get
know how
out
to
of
make no
here.
back
When
no
they started
cheese now.
talking about
She
that,
do.
that
It's
the
in
girl
her.
could
She
wear
might
no
make some
tights.
green beans
Yes.
and
She had to
with
wear
the what's
panties
name
on.
in it.
Yep, exactly.
She got the green beans.
Absolutely, yes. But ever since their union, there has been a lot of you know, events that have taken place that has
Giving her slack.
they have kind of put light to the fact that they were headed in this direction.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I'm happy for you. Kudos.
Exactly. So yeah, at the end of the day, Meghan and Harry, we love y'all. We look. Divas got your back. We got your back. We fully support anything, any charity work. You know, we can be a part of.
Y'all need a cook over there.
Yes.
Yes. Come on over here to Mahogany too, cause
yes. Well, y'all, we're going to leave y'all for a hot second. Y'all, please continue to hit the share button.
Yes.
We'll be right back. Talk
We'll be right
Divas.
back. See you in a minute, y'all.
Good afternoon. I'm Lieutenant Elmer Horn with Douglas County Sheriff's Office, and we're here at one of our communities, and Sheriff Pounds is here with us. And Sheriff Pounds is very involved in his communities, and he come out. We brought out our grill and our smoker so we can come out and help cook for this community, and Sheriff Pounds himself has come out and helped cook with us, and he's here to cook and help these folks today.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of the programs that I call taking my community back. If you don't get out there and get involved in your community, you ain't gonna be able to get it back. And the sad part about it, we losing our young men at such a pace that it's unreal. We got to come up with something that will help us with these children. Got to. So this is what I'm doing. I love it. I'm out here in the sun. It's hot, but like I said earlier, we're going to do these until we get that gap between law enforcement and the community bridge. We're going to bridge that gap because we're going to get out of here. We're going to shake hands. We're going to find out if they got any kind of problem we can assist them with and invite them to the sheriff's office and come to the roll call. Just come see what's going on at the office. Thank y'all so much for being here.
Thank you, Sheriff Pounds. And like I said, this is just one of many events that we bring this grill out to help with our communities and get involved. I'm here today at one of our community outreach days with our sound truck, and our sound truck is used for just what you see. We come out to community days, we play loud music, and be able to just have a good time with it and enjoy our community. At a sheriff's office, you get to see us in a little different light. We're not always out there writing tickets or locking people up. We come out to your community day and be a part of your day and help you celebrate your community. And this is just one of the ways that we can do that, was with our sound truck. We're here today at one of our communities. We brought our ice cream truck out. A lot of people like to laugh when I say the sheriff's office owns an ice cream truck, but this is exactly what it's for, is we bring it out to our communities. We give away ice cream. We don't charge for the ice cream. The ice cream is free. And we have partners in our businesses in our community that help pay for the ice cream so that we can give it away for free. And we give it away. We go to schools. This is just one of many events that we bring our ice cream truck to. We go to the school systems. We come out to community days, block parties. We just come out and see you and help you enjoy and celebrate your community. Thank you.
TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.
Body cold, frosty cold, and I'm so bossy, and I so saucy, and my clothes cost me light for the party. Always get it started, and I so bossy, and I so I'm independent, got my own, and I can cash up if I want, Body cold, frosty, and I'm so bossy.
9-8. Hey, how y'all doing? What's going on, y'all? We back again. This is Mahogany Blue. We got our guest with us today. Mr. Sean Wright.
I appreciate you.
7-time bestseller author for some fabulous books.
Hello.
You hear what I'm saying? He out here to spill the tea and let us know what's going on in the world. Sean, you gotta let us know who you are. Let them know who you are, because I done said it, but you gotta get them the skinny one.
Come on now.
Let's see.
Who is Sean?
Like she said, I'm 7-time national best-selling author Sean Wright. Originally from Queens, New York.
All right.
Been in Atlanta for 6 years now, and just came here to pursue business, and it's been working out pretty well for me so far.
Yes, honey, we here for it. You know, I've known you for a little while now.
Yeah, no
so,
doubt.
you know, I had to get him on the show, because, you know, tell him about the lady that you met, and she was telling you about, you know.
Oh, yeah. So Talk Show Divas, like, y'all doing big things. So
Thank
I
you.
met somebody, and she was
Y'all
like, you know, you ain't really doing it till you get on Talk Show Divas. And I was like, oh, for real? You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, so watch this. So 3 days later, I made the call.
Here I go, right?
You feel me? Now where you at? No, I'm joking.
I hope she watching.
Right.
I hope she watching.
Right.
So we out here, we plugging it out. You know what I'm saying? We're going to ask the girls. The girls are going to ask them a couple of questions. Of course, you know I got some questions to ask you.
Let's
too,
get
right?
it in. You know, I told you, ain't no
when
holds
you
barred.
you don't ask.
Let's do it.
So at the end of the day, I want to have to ask you.
That's her. She told me she had hers.
Yeah.
You ain't got yours together.
It ain't got to be no order.
Okay.
I got one.
So we ain't
Let's
got
get
to
it in.
order. So come on,
Let's get it in.
with it, Miss
Okay,
Venus.
Sean, nice to meet you, first of all.
Likewise.
Yeah.
And I'm just so enthusiastic about what you bring into the table and how you bring in relevance to a lot of areas in life that people don't know a lot about. You
Yeah.
know, I understand that you published
real.
your first book, well, best-selling book. It went bestseller. You weren't expecting for a lot of your stuff to go as high as it went.
Nah, not at all.
It
Oh,
made,
yeah, Little
made number
Faith.
one on Amazon for best sales. Also, you did a sequel.
I did. So how that came about was kind of it was weird, right? Because I started out my career. I've been in the entertainment industry since I was 15. I started out in music.
Okay.
Did a lot of ghostwriting and things like that.
Okay.
But I kind of got bored. I get
So
bored.
tell me what a ghostwriter do.
So a ghostwriter for music would be like somebody who writes the song. Like, sorry, Drake. Like Drake has a ghostwriter.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like Quentin Miller is Drake's ghostwriter.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So you know.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I've worked with Devontae from Jodeci for like a year before. So you know, I've done a lot of writing for Devontae.
Okay, good.
And some other people. So after a while, I kind of got bored. Like when things get oversaturated, it takes the fun out of it for me. You know what I mean? So at some point in my life, I was just like, this is cool, but I want to do something different, but I still want to be able to showcase my creative writing
So
ability.
you had a passion for writing initially, and then what made you give it the topic, the first novel, A Gangsta Melody?
That started out as a movie, right? So there's a funny story behind that. I wanted to transition, right? Never wanted to be an author. I never wanted to be an author. I thought it was boring.
Wow.
I just never wanted to do it. But A Gangsta's Melody had gone into pre-production 3 times. You know what I'm saying? I thought because I had a little bread, I was able to do it. And, you know, I had ran through my savings 3 times. You know, and the woman I was with at the time was like, look, I'll rock with you, but
But come on now.
you know what I'm saying? Right. So I kind of put it down, and it was, you know, it just sat on my desk for the longest. And then people who had read the script was like, you need to release this as a book. And again, number one, I'm a Leo. We like to be center of attention. You know what I'm saying?
No, all
we
about
like
y'all. Y'all good businessmen, though.
most definitely, most definitely.
I'm
So
a Taurus. I do good business.
So
with
am I.
y'all.
May 9th, honey.
Okay.
Get into it.
Oh, my daughter's 19.
Okay. So after doing some, you know, convincing, I decided to just put a piece out there on social media,
Just try
and,
it out.
and it went crazy. You know what I'm saying? So at the time, I was on radio in Pennsylvania, and I had interviewed a young lady named Brittany Williams, who was a New York Times bestselling author. She made Oprah's list, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
I
So
remember hearing about that.
Brittany, to me, me and her forged a friendship after I interviewed her. So we just kind of stayed close. And one night I was like, Britt, I'm sending you something. I want you to look over it for me. And I'll never forget, she was like, I'm leaving for tour in the morning. I don't know when I'm going to have a chance to look at it. I was like, well, just put some eyes on it for me. I was really intrigued because I knew she had just got 2 fat checks from her publishing company. So I was like, I need some of that bread. So I sent it to her. She called me the next morning and was like, this is a bestseller. Right?
Wow.
So I'm like, I thought you said you couldn't read it. She's like, well, I opened it. I opened up the email, but I couldn't put it down.
Wow.
There you go.
So I was like, yo, get me in with your
take.
people. You know what I mean? And she's like, I could get you in with my people and you can have a check in a couple of days, but if you got some bread, open up your own publishing company, sign yourself, release yourself, you know, be your first act on your own label, so
your
to
own
speak.
label.
So
Gotcha.
I always appreciated that, Jewel, and I always, even though I don't really
that
speak to her
is.
that much, I love, which camera I'm in? Where am I here?
Mm-hmm.
Brittany, you always gonna have, like, I love Brittany Williams to death, because had she had not given me that Jewel, ain't no telling, like, we wouldn't be sitting here right now.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? So that's how that all,
That's all it takes.
that's how that all came about.
Network.
Probably would have still been ghostwriting, huh?
Yeah, or, yeah.
Okay,
That's
all right,
dope.
that's good to know. So, I know you also kind of expanded yourself and working with the sex trafficking, making that kind of known with that's your next project.
Yeah, so the new book I have right now is called Stuck in Traffic, Sold for Sex.
Yes.
And
I love
sold,
that title.
Thank you so much.
Sold, yes.
And,
Woo!
I spelled sold, SOULED, because
Yep.
that's really what you're selling. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I became enthused with the sex trafficking industry when about 2 years ago now, Janice Shelton from Married to Medicine, she's on that show Married to Medicine, she had a anti-sex trafficking event, right?
Okay.
And I had a media team at the time that we were asked to cover the media for it. And I always knew, I heard, you hear about sex trafficking, but you don't never really know until you actually get there and get to interviewing people and things of that nature. So when I'm sitting there and I'm interviewing people who have been sex trafficked, and I'm interviewing sex traffickers or ex-sex traffickers, I'm just like, wow, this is crazy. So at that point in time, I can say it now, I jumped out there and said, I got a book coming out called Stuck in Traffic. No, I didn't. But the title jumped into my head. Like, God sent me that title. And that's the God honest truth. Right then and there. In the middle of, before we started interviewing people, the media, we all got together and we would just powwow and brainstorming. And I was like, I got a book coming out called Stuck in Traffic. And I don't know where the title came from, but I just sat on it until it took me about a month to write this.
Okay.
So that was 2 years ago, and then God said, now's the time to do it. You know what I mean? So I kind of move like that. When I'm very big on energy, and when God has just poked me in my back a few times and said, now's the time for you to do this. You know what I'm saying? Because just because you have an idea don't make it the right time to release it or to act on it.
So time, place for everything. Absolutely.
So that's how that came about. And I think now it's very relevant. It's always been relevant, but because now with the R. Kelly situation and everything that's going on now, people are really paying attention. You know what I mean? So now when I do this book, I'm like, okay, I'm telling a story. It's a fictional book, but it's everybody's story who's been involved with this. You know what I mean? It's a story of a young girl who was the first person to ever sell her for sex was her mother.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Her mother was a drug addict. She ran out of money, but she needed her fix, so she sold her daughter. And then the little girl just kept getting sold. You know what I'm saying? So it's really about her plight, about escaping from those circumstances. So Stuck in Traffic, Sold for Sex will be out and available on all platforms, all stores, February the 8th, 2020.
We will be looking for it. We will definitely be looking for it.
What do you have to say to inspiring writers? There's tons of them that may not know, because you're a bestseller. You know what I mean? Which way do they go? For people that may not have a large budget, you know what I mean? How would they go on to actually, push their brand with that? What would they do? Should they, what should they do? I'm sure you can give them some good tools, because to me, you're the better one to give it. Because of what you've done, and you know what I'm saying? You went through the trenches, like you was ghostwriting for artists. You're very, very well known in the hip hop and music industry. That I do know. And you've been out there and you've been pressing. So what kind of jewels could you give these young people or older that are looking right now to write or want to write a memoir or do something? Like write short stories, kids' books. How could they get started? What would you suggest that they do?
First thing I want to say to any and everybody, it doesn't matter what age you are, right? Like you said, young to the old. You got to be able to be ready to invest. And I'm not just talking about money. Everybody, I don't have the money. The money will come and go, right? If you do it right, the money will come back to you, right? But it's more so your time and your hustle. You got to get out there and scrape your knuckles. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have no help. When I started Just Right Publications, I reached out to a friend of mine because I didn't have all the funds to start it. You know what I mean? I reached out to a very good friend of mine, and he was like, if you got half, I got half. You know what I mean? And we were partners, 50-50 partners for a very long time. Shout out to my man Fred Lee, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. But you gotta. I learned the hard way. See, when I hate it was only 2011. We only talking about 9 years ago. But back then,
so much has changed.
Right. So that was right when Kindle had just came into play. Right. Okay. So it wasn't as easy for me back then to get out here and hustle. Right now, you just upload it and you share it on Instagram and all that. I didn't have that luxury. You know what I'm saying? I had to jump on a train. I was jumping on Amtrak going from Pennsylvania to Jersey, from Jersey to New York with books in my backpack and book as much as I could carry, getting on the trains. You know what I'm saying? And right now, people don't have to do that, but you still have to have that same mentality. So instead of getting on the train 5 times a day, get on your Instagram 5 times a day. What really ticks me off is if I have somebody who's signed to me and I see you posting about you turned up last night, but where's your book? Where's your promotion of your work? I don't want to see you twerking.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I want to see you working. That's right. You feel me? So that will really grind my gears. Yeah. That'll really grind my gears. So I've had authors sign to me before where I've had to let go. You know what I mean? Because I should never work harder for you than you working for yourself.
That's correct. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So to your question, just work hard, and if no matter what it costs you, because it's gonna cost, because nothing in life is free, right? Figure it out.
That's right.
You know what I mean? When I had to figure out, I'm a shopaholic. You know what I mean? So I had to figure out, like I used to buy a sneaker. I'm a sneakerhead. I used to buy sneakers twice a week, and I was like, okay, in order for me to make this happen, I got to cut down to either once a week or maybe twice a month. You know what I mean? You just gotta figure out what's more important to you. Right. If you want to get if your bundles cost $700, you might want to let it look a little frizzy for a little while. You know what I'm saying? Until you re-up. It's just really about prioritizing. It's about sacrificing. I can't sacrifice for you more than you're gonna sacrifice for yourself, because then that make me a sucker.
Tell the truth, baby.
You know, my question to you, John, when I got a chance to speak with you and you were talking about trafficking, I really would like you to share with them about the actual age group that gets caught up in this, as well as the people to look out for and the situation, so that, because a lot of people don't, we always hear sex trafficking, and my question to you when I spoke to you was, what is sex trafficking, and who is the people that actually get caught up in it? So can you explain that and share that with our crowd?
Sure. So a lot of people get sex trafficking mixed up with prostitution, right? It's all branches from the same rotten tree, but it's a total different beast, right? So sex trafficking is if there is a young lady, or it don't have to be a kid. You know what I'm saying? It could just be a misguided woman, period, or man, because it happens to men too. If I take you against your will, whether it be by threat or just mind manipulation, and I sell you to someone else, right? That's prostitution. If I sell you to someone else and it crosses a state line, that is trafficking. You understand what I'm saying?
That's why I had to ask.
So that is sex trafficking.
Okay.
If I take you across state lines to perform any type of sexual act where I'm gonna get paid for it, that is called sex trafficking. You understand what I'm saying?
Got it.
Same thing as drug trafficking.
Got it.
You can sell all the drugs you want in the city of Atlanta, but you're just a drug dealer at that point. You become a drug trafficker if you go from Atlanta to North Carolina. Anything cross the state line, you become a trafficker of that, of said offense. It takes it to a whole nother level when you cross that state
And
line.
you tell them about the 14-year-olds and the babies.
So
tell them about that
you really got to be careful, because a lot of these young women are very impressionable because of these videos and the things they see on. It's not even videos no more. It's Instagram, right? So they just want to be lit. So you get somebody, and I'm gonna tell you a true story. And this came from a sex trafficker, right? So what they'll do is it's something called grooming, right?
Yes,
so what they will do is they will go to a Popeyes. Popeyes make what, $7.50 an hour maybe? You know what I'm saying? And the dude will go to the window and order 2 pieces and a biscuit, which costs $4, $5. He'll pull out $5,000 worth of money so that the little girl at the cash register could see it. He will pull off the $5. And she no longer looking at him. She's looking at the money in his hand.
That's that.
And he'll say to her simply, if you want to make money like this instead of the money you're making at work, call me. He'll slide the number. Within an hour, his phone is popping, right? He will then at that point come pick her up in his fly car, take her out, take her shopping thing. She ain't never been down to Lenox. The little girl probably ain't never been to Lenox Mall a day in her life and bought anything, right? He'll let that rock out for a couple of weeks. And then he'll snatch it all back and say, you thought all this was for nothing. Now you owe me. I've invested all of this into you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so now you owe. You know what I'm saying? You think you're just going to walk away. Now you owe. So now you stuck. So, and this happens to young girls all the way up to adults. The adults get pinpointed at the prisons. Why these prison systems got email and pen pal systems now. So you log onto the website for Rice Street And the woman say, oh, well, when I come home in a couple of weeks, I don't got nowhere to go. My family turn their back on me. Oh, I got plenty of room. Come chill with me. I'll come pick you up and everything. That'll be the last time that lady see her family.
Or anyone see her.
Or anybody see her. You understand what I'm saying?
Tell them the last part. I apologize because we really had a chance to talk about it prior. Tell them the part about how they make sure that they don't talk to mama, grandma.
Oh yeah, they cut off all sense of communication. I mean, you can't talk to nobody. They take all your cell phone. They take all your identification. Sometimes they'll recreate fake IDs for you. You know what I mean? Just really quickly, I had the honor, I guess you could say, of saving a friend of mine's daughter one time.
That's an honor. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And she called me from up north, and I'm not gonna put no names out there to protect her, but she called me. It was like, hey, so and so's down in Atlanta, and I think she's being pimped. Something's going on with her because she won't call me. Same thing with the R. Kelly incident. She won't answer her phone. She won't call. It's been months. And she told me where she was at. I went to the hotel, picked her up because the dude happened to be at McDonald's getting her something to eat. I brought her back to my house. Like, yo, in the morning, I'm gonna put you on a plane. I'm gonna run some errands and come back. When I got back from one of my errands, my door was wide open. She had called the dude because he had
mind control.
And she came and got her. Yeah, so.
Y'all see that?
Look, we gotta be careful because in Atlanta at alarming rate, a lot of young girls are actually getting trafficked.
Yes.
And their innocence is lost. We need your voice. We will back you, but we need your voice.
Most definitely.
You're like we spoke. I said, Sean, this is like real big, but I said you're gonna be really hated by a lot of people because they don't want this word out. You feel what I'm saying?
It's an underground
something. You would not believe who was doing this.
Yep.
People you would not expect.
That's the part.
So this is why I told them. I said, but honey, if you need my back and I'm down for it.
Yes, professionals.
Because we here for it. But it's scary for these young girls. You know what I mean? Because like you said, just show a little bit of money. You know what I mean? And then they with it. And it's just like we got to be really mindful of our kids. We got to teach our kids, talk to our daughters.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And we have to do what we got to do, and it's rough. Yeah. I mean, you have to, that's what I told them, the better word to get across, because when these young girls are being victimized by men, when you have a man like yourself that care, that you can just try to change that whole situation, you can make it a whole new wave that they could love and respect. And I don't know. I mean, I want to know more about this. I want to know more about it. I want to know more about it so that I can know, because it's very knowledgeable to me. But I don't know a lot about this, and I'm not.
A lot of people don't. A lot of people don't, and a lot of people turn a blind eye to it because they don't want to get out there and help. You know what I mean?
And it's a multi-million-dollar business.
It is.
Exactly. Because
it is.
you messing with somebody's money now, because it's a multi-million-dollar business. Nobody's just doing it because they want to do it. It's a multi-million-dollar business.
So listen, guys, we will actually touch more on this topic. We have to go to break, and we'll be back soon. Well,
y'all,
wrapping it up. We're sorry, we didn't want to leave.
We was about to go in, y'all. I had some more stuff to say.
Me too, but you know what?
We appreciate you or something.
No, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all, and I will come back anytime. I actually have a whole.
Tell them about your opening too.
Yeah. The book release party is February 8th.
Okay.
At Angeli Design Studio in Doraville, Pennsylvania. Doraville. And the address is, give me 1 second. The address is, come on.
Well, just
3988 Flowers Road, Suite 610, Atlanta, Georgia 30360.
Again on February
the 8th from 5 to 10.
Okay.
Come get a free copy of the book.
We will
The Divas will be there.
Yes.
We'll be there, y'all.
Let's do it.
We'll be there.
Share.
So
See
y'all
next week.
Check us out next week. Sean, thank you. We're going to bring you back.
Yes.
Yeah, and I got to bring my people with me next time.
Yeah, next time you bring the staff with you. He has a young lady that he brought in. So next time, sister, we're going to have you come on here and get a spill about you. He got a beautiful dream team.
Yes.
And it's all dope. You know what I mean?
And you guys also, you got tune in for Talk Show Kings. They're coming up next live at 6:30. Y'all tune in, watch the Kings, and thank you all for today.
Thank y'all
today was
so much.
Awesome.
Thank y'all for having me.
Thank you.
I love this show.
Amen.
No doubt.
All right.
Talk to y'all.
Have a blessed week.
Stay encouraged, y'all. Stay encouraged.
Body cold, frosty cold, and I'm so bossy, and I so saucy, and my clothes cost me light for the party, always get it started, and I so bossy, and I so I'm independent, got my own, I can cash up if I want, body cold, frosty, and I'm so bossy, and I so.
TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.